just before we grab Fari, Andrea, and I think we're going to bring Fari in here live, so we'll just keep going until Fari comes on. But Andrea in the chat bringing up a good point here that we missed. We haven't really gotten to the upgrades and downgrades yet, but we might as well jump into them right now. SanDisk is trading up $2.56 here, getting upgraded to conviction buy at Goldman Sachs, and that is trading up 3% right now. So SNDK off to the races here today.
Kneecap.
Kneecap? You're going to hit out my kneecaps?
No, kneecap is the one that flies 24/7 in case of a nuclear war. You gotta get with the acronyms here, young man.
These war times. I thought you were saying kneecaps because the market's got its kneecaps.
No, kneecap is no, it's a 747 that withstands nuclear war. And in case something goes wrong with Air Force One, becomes de facto president.
We always learn something interesting with Fari, so now I know what kneecap
Senor, do you see what Putin is up to? You gotta be ready. Murray says you gotta be ready. When Murray says you gotta be ready, there's an issue. Come on.
Okay.
What about
anyhow, Murray's getting ready. By the way, theme of today is Murray's getting excited. The prices are coming where he wants. He likes it cheap.
Oh.
Murray doesn't want to pay too much for anything. Do you understand the psychology?
What is Murray looking at? What is he looking to buy on the cheap here?
He wants the SPX at 2,000, 200 bar.
Oh, you're buying the overall market, so you're looking for a little bit more of a pullback here, and then going to start nibbling in there, Fari?
Are you thinking that he is not smart? Of course, he wants to buy SPY. Look at you. Sit back, relax. Come on. He's tired of stock picking.
All right, speaking of stocks here, let's go to some trending tickers here. And what about the Bobster, Alibaba? Green yesterday. What do you make of that when a stock is green on a big down day? What is Sigma Channels telling you about Alibaba?
Hold on one second. I don't have my Sigma Channels up yet because we're going through an update. Hold on one second. Let me trick this machine and do it another way. Hold on quickly. Give me a second.
Okay.
Where's the price of Alibaba? Give me an update quickly mentally.
Yeah. It closed at 82.97. All right, yesterday's session. You have a low of the move. You have a double bottom near the $80 level. And despite the carnage in the market, you only got to 80.65 yesterday. Ended up closing near the highs of the session, 82.97 close, 83.15 high. Getting a little bit of follow through in the pre-market. Not much, trading up 28 cents in sympathy with the S&Ps.
Yeah, but that's pretty good for a down day to have gone up like that.
Correct.
Yeah, we were talking about that, Fari. Just to expand on that point, just before you got on the show, we were talking how lumber liquidators caught a bit, GoPro caught a bit, Alibaba caught a bit. A lot of stocks that have been out of favor in the market actually were rallying yesterday despite the market sell-off.
Well, you remember, if you look at your count, you were like 2 day plus down. There should be a dead cat bounce here, okay? 2 day plus because we started down and then we went very small. Then we had one big day. Then we bounced on Monday, which we talked. You guys got my Sunday night email. I said, wait, Monday should be up because of that. Will be, but should be up because of the Apple. And then, but we should continue down. Our oversold. Here comes the charts. Our oversold indicators are not greatly oversold. Okay, they're entering oversold, this could have a couple of shakes before it really goes down. I seriously think we should get into a launchpad mode later on. That is really get oversold. I don't think this move is over, but you could have also outliers. Bubble could be an outlier here, given the situation it has been in. But more than that, probably GoPro. I heard you guys talk with Ethan yesterday. And he was spot on early on when it was topping, where people were trying to get in. I was trying to actually write it up, and he stopped me. He says, "Hey, what are you looking at?" Okay, here we go. He says, "What are you looking at? This is stuff I'm looking at. You shouldn't be touching this." And he was right. And he says, "I'm trying to short this. You're trying to get in." And he saved my rear end. He really did. Here's Bubba. Hold on. I run different machines here, so this machine was not being updated. So, hold on. There's a big Microsoft update coming in, and the
These
background of all this.
updates, they slow down your computers. The updates annoy me too.
Yeah, but you got to do it in the environment we're in, Dennis.
Yeah.
I mean, the environment. Plus, we have been attacked before. We're always target of attack. First of all, people think we have financial data of individuals. We don't. You go through PayPal. By design, we don't have that.
Right.
But the hackers don't know, or they're trying to come up to get to the IP, trying to get access to formulas, the indicators. And that's it's there, but it's encrypted. We're not that dumb, and the servers are encrypted. But I mean, the code itself is encrypted. But we get attacked. So when the updates come in, we got to do it. We just don't even take questions. Okay, Baba, 3 Sigma daily again. I think we're getting washed out. I think the bottom should be very close here. I mean, I would nibble in. Let's see. I don't have any weekly. Weeklies are not there yet. Even though on the weekly, even it touched negative 2 sigma last week. Okay, but on the and we're doing it. We're almost putting a divergence in. Okay, on the weekly. Again, not enough data to plot. But on a daily, I would consider nibbling in small amounts. I'd say 15 to 20% of a position. No more than that right now. Always add the slowly in case you're wrong. It's also easy to get out. If you're wrong, psychologically, you're not. It could be dog of another fleece. You don't get in love. You don't fall in love with it. You get out, and you wait for another time.
On this stock, Fari, if Alibaba was to,
Yes, sir.
let's say, take out the lows of the move, $80 there, would you cut that position out then? Would you be concerned? 80.03 was
Yes.
kind of a double bottom. Is that where your out would be, you'd think?
Well, I mean, I would here. Let me draw a line here physically. Here,
Okay.
I'd say. Where's this line? I would come in at this low is what? Okay, I would come in no more than 80. I would wait for 80 price to get in. Was it 83? Okay, I would wait to about the 80 price. I would cut it up around 78, 70, 76, 77. That's it.
So you got to give yourself some room.
Give it 2%, 3%. If it's wrong, you get out.
Okay.
Why? Because you want to preserve the capital. Try it again.
So you don't
how
use
many
those
how many
hard levels.
how many
and give
reports do we
yourself
have
some
from these
wiggle
guys? One, right?
room. Yeah.
How many reports do we have from these guys? Just once, right?
We've had a
Public
couple
reports
more.
there?
We've had
Have we had two?
We've had two. They IPO'd in September.
I think we've had two.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think we've had 2 reports out of them. And the second one wasn't
Okay.
so good. Okay, let's move on to
Right.
some other
Yes, sir.
issues here. And I don't think we've talked about this one on the show much. A cloud security stock, Splunk. It's a pretty good mover. SPLK had to spike up. I believe that was on earnings. Came all the way back down here. Are we finding support here just above the $50 level in the Splunkster?
It's SP. That's Sierra Papa Lima Kilo.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Weeklies, you're a little bit high. Weeklies, you're a little bit high. You're kind of a center line. That is kind of neutral. I would be more comfortable at 52. Okay, but you're putting in higher lows, so you may not see that. You may this center line may hold and you go. Remember, this is a new company, right? Oh no, but 2 years old. 2 years old.
No,
2.5 years public.
Yeah, it went public in the middle of 2012. It looks like IPO
Yeah, okay.
actually in April. At
3 years.
32. Yeah.
So it could be still his growth phase. Some growth companies. This is my theme. Some growth companies defy the market. They have their own pattern. In terms of a daily, a good buy area, in my opinion, is 55.
Okay, all right, and
Okay.
that fills the gap.
But also, you may not see it. If it's in a growth environment, this thing could hold on to that center line and bounce back up and go. And then I would be, and by the way, the upside would be around 75-ish. And that's where I would take some profit. 74-ish plus, I would take some profit. 75-ish, I would take some profit. It can get that pattern and oscillate.
Fari, let's move into where your bread and butter is and stocks you trade a little bit more and follow a little bit more closely. Let's talk Facebook first of all here. We look at Facebook 4 days ago, and this stock almost made a new all-time high, but couldn't quite do
Yeah.
it. It got up to
Yeah.
81.99, just under 82. The old all-time high was
Hmm.
82.17, and it failed miserably because the stock has pulled off $4.50 since almost making that new all-time high. What are your thoughts on
Yeah.
Facebook here? Because we've had a pretty significant pullback here in the last 4 days.
I'm very positive about the company. Well run, good management. Good. The fundamentals are very good. First of all, block trades massive. As you know, we watch block trades, and of course we can't report all of them because Twitter will stop you. You're overdoing the Twitter; they'll stop you. But we see it on our run. It's constantly, and we keep on changing or initializing for a higher size. Keeps on coming. There's nothing like Facebook in terms of block trades. So that tells me a lot of large players are involved. Okay, not just mom and pops, but also large players involved when they have that kind of activity. Um, in terms of buying, I would be a buyer. Let me give you some buy points to think about. I'm not sure you'll see it, okay, but I would just in case it does, just in case my overall market thesis is correct in terms of more of a pullback. 74ish, I would be a buyer there. And I should, and then in any case, in any form of a reversal in terms of what we talk about, launchpad, do expect a new all-time high. This is what this company would do in terms of this kind of chart pattern would do, especially when it's so subscribed. I mean, so much other players are involved. And look at it as a market cap. I mean, it's what, fourth or fifth, sixth number on Nasdaq by market cap. It's up there, and it's gone there so fast. It's probably the youngest company to be so high up there in terms of the market cap and being public.
How about Twitter? Pulled off that $50 level here, just hanging on a cliff here on this chart here. Is it going to cave in and fill the gap, or you think we're going to hold here and break out above $50?
You said the magic word, my friend. You got to fill the gap. It's a tenet of TA, technical analysis. We got to fill that gap. Given the pattern it's in. Look, I've been I'm a believer in Twitter. I understood it. I always questioned their money-making situation. I was wrong in the last quarter. They gapped up. I was really wrong that last quarter. But I still do believe they have an uphill battle in terms of monetizing. But they've held up. They're held up so far. Let's see how they react in this pullback in the marketplace. But the chart-wise, you're looking at it, the Sigma chart has opened up quite a bit because of that gap up. Over time, because you're looking at last 20 days always, you're looking at what's relevant. And we've had a fairly sausage operation there. This is so they're dying, the Sigma charts. Now the Sigma charts are very, very tight. What does it tell you? It's another volatility cycle expansion is coming. It's next. Somewhere in here, we're going to get another push up in terms of volatility. Which way, we don't know. But if I look at CI, most likely it's going to be a downside. So I think we're going to fill the gap. I won't be surprised for us to see it trade in, I'd say 38, 39 to 40 area.
Okay, giving back all the
Before
gains.
it make a base again.
Wow, giving back all the gains from that last earnings report. They also
Well, if you look at it, if you believe in Sigma channels and if you believe in CI, and they're very good predictability, what do you call it, results over the last, I don't know, we've been using these Sigma channels since 2005, CI 2002. If you believe that over the years of how many times they've been right rather than wrong, that they did not surprise us, that's where we're heading down on the next leg. And then you look at the chart levels and say, okay, where is that area is? Where do you see, if you draw a line, where is the max number of lows or middle of the days you're going to touch? You'll be looking at 38, 37 area. Definitely below 40. And then I think then maybe we'll build another base to go up. Remember, earnings are coming too. In 4 weeks, we're going to be in earnings season.
Let me touch on a few more issues before we let you go. We're on the line with Fari Hamzei. He's the founder of Hamzei Analytics, and he joins us every Wednesday. Before we let you go, we got to talk about Apple. Fari, I'm doing a survey. Are you buying an Apple Watch?
Absolutely not. I have a Sony watch. I'm an Android guy. The only Apple product I have is a iPod, a small, I think it's a Generation 5 or something, iPod that I wear on my arm when I'm rowing. On the rowing, I want to put the music on, so I don't want to think about anything else.
What kind of music do you listen to? What kind of music do you listen to?
Led Zepp and Pink Floyd. Reminds me of my college days. And so I go to my own world.
You exercise to Pink Floyd?
Yes. Yeah.
Because
these are, first of all, the music are very long. Each track 9 minutes, 10 minutes. Stairway to Heaven is like 23 minutes. It goes on. So you're in the middle of a run on a rowing machine. I usually also I do it at Union League, and there's a rowing coach there because I used to row at Princeton. He likes to race with me, and of course he's a pro. But I remember a few things from the good old days back then, and so we raced together on a rowing machine. This is awesome. So, but you want your mind focused on music is the one thing that focuses mine. That's the only Apple product I have.
What about
Anything else I have is Android. I'm not too crazy about what do you call it? Apple ecosystem. Why? Because they're very focused. They're not very vertical. They haven't done. They're very vertical. They're not very horizontal. I'm more of a Microsoft guy.
What do you think of the chart?
So many different softwares where a whole shop is Microsoft.
What do you think of the chart?
Not into the ecosystem. It sounds good for marketing and a catchy word for people trying to justify multiples and this and that. But don't get me wrong. I always play the Apple options. Love playing Apple options. We're in it in some now. We're still holding. We're kind of the part that really upset us, or we're disappointed. I should say that 18-hour battery. Notice when the moment CNBC starts flashing 18-hour battery, Apple sold. Okay. Right in the middle of the presentations.
We are on the line, and we've had an interview with Fari Hamzei, founder of Hamzei Analytics. He joins us every Wednesday morning, bringing his wealth of knowledge and aggressive equity options and index futures trading. Fari, thanks a lot. Great as usual. We'll speak to you next week.
Yes, sir. Pleasure always. Take care, guys.
Thank you, Fari.